Death. You need me. I can get a cameraman in there. Let's go.
This had to be one of the wildest filler episodes, and we're going to get into it, fam. So let's break it down. So episode 3 is called The Night is Long, and it reads, Ruth works desperately to prevent the mass S-side of the Rakadushi members. River faces threats from multiple adversaries, and the highest's mounting paranoia leads to more bloodshed. Fam, this one was wild. Let's get into it. So where did we leave off? We left off where Ruth was trying to stop the highest from taking the Rakaduchi juice and taking himself and the entire members out. And she's like, no, stop. You can't do this, not right now. He's like, you defy my judgment. You defy me and my judgment of the Rakadushi. She's like, no, but I have something to tell you. Your son, he has something to tell you. And of course, Elder Mother Marva's like, that's sacrilegious. That's blasphemy. You know, shut up, Ruth, shut up. And she's like, you shut up, you bitch, right? Listen, you do not defy me. Go and sit down. She's like, not until you listen to me. He says, Manny, shoots your strap into the air. And he's like, right? So he shoots it in the air. And then the next thing he says, point it at Ruth. So he's like, the highest? He's like, is there a problem? He's like, nope. He's like, listen, I'm going to tell you again. Go sit down. Do not defy me. Lois is just pulling his authority. She's like, I'm sorry. I meant no disrespect. So she walks away, and Manny's like, whoo, looks like he wants to wipe his brow. And I ain't want to pop Ruth like that. So he's like, it's time for us to go to the Raku. And he takes up his cup and he's about to drink. And all of a sudden, Ruth is on the ground. Looks like she is in pain. Zane goes to, oh my God, it hurts. What's going on with Ruth? What's happening? He's like, what is going on now, right? Lois is like, what's happening now? What are you doing now? She's like, it's your son. He has a prophecy. He's stopping me from walking away. He wants me to tell you something. He wants you to listen. He's like, how is this possible? Because it's your pure seed, and he's talking through me. And Elder Mother Marva's like, that is crazy. The highest knows all of everything and all of this. And she's like, you're right. But your son, he's 100% you, and you are him. And he wants to tell you something through me. He's like, what is it? And she goes on and gives one of her greatest performances, boy, I tell you. She's like, your son wants you to fight against the government. He believes that as long as you fight, you can lead us to victory, and your third eye will take us other places. And he's like, how is this possible? And she then says, Daikon, will you stand with us? And he says, yes. And then here we are with Lacey. Why is she stripping down? Was she ready to go to the Raku? What is going on? I think your girl has snapped. We're going to get into that and circle the block on that. She asked River, will you fight for the Raku? He says, yeah, I will fight for the Raku. And then she goes to the crowd and goes, will you all fight for the Raku? And they're like, yes, 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 yes. And then Desiree, she's back with the cars, and she is upset because Kyle called these helicopters and messed up things and almost got her taken out, got the children taken out. She's just upset. So they're like, yes, we will fight with you, for you, highest, right? And she's like, see, this is not the time. Your son is telling me that it's not time to go to the Raku, and that promised land, you're distracted. Your third eye is there, but you're distracted. She is going on and on and on. And yes, her son allegedly is talking through her. And he's like, I believe you. Like, this dude, the highest, man, he believes anything Ruth says. She got him so pee-whipped, and she is so good at acting, boy, I tell you, like, she almost got me fooled, man. You know what I'm saying? And, Mother Mom was like, well, the highest knows all. And she's like, yes, he does. And yes, son is also telling me that there's a matter of the wounded, and that Elder Mother Mom needs to go and tend to the wounded, and that she needs to give up the kitchen, right? And Elder Mother Mom was like, no, your highest, no. It's like, yo, this is a prophecy. It's not personal. It's not personal. Yes, it is. Ruth, it's personal. You just want to get out of the kitchen so she'll stop, putting stuff in the food and all of this and that. And the highest is listening, and he's like, I will consider, training the women, but also, yes, this is a higher calling. Elder Mother Marva, you will be relinquished of your duties in the kitchen. and you do this for the Raku, right? And of course, Elder Mother Marva, she is pissed off. She's like, no, but okay, we'll do it. Whatever you say for the Raku. And she is pissed off, walks by Ruth. I think she almost shoves her, and Ruth just kind of like chuckles like, yeah, I got you. Ruth is like, yeah, I got your ass now. You out of the kitchen, and I'm going to take care of the kitchen. So they put their hands up to the Raku. To the Raku. Ruth, man, I tell you, boy, she got this boy locked down. He's like, I almost took you out. And our son, what does my son say about how we going to take over the government? How are we going to fight back the government? She's like, oh, I don't know. Well, your son says that, it'll happen, but he doesn't know how. To you, you will guide the way. And she puts her hand over her mouth like she's tired or whatever. It's like, yeah, it took a lot out of me for that prophecy. And she gives him a kiss, and he's like, okay, I get some breasts. And he is looking like, man, is it true? Like, he is tripping, man. He believe anything Ruth says. Here goes Desiree on the phone trying to figure things out. And who is she looking at? Yeah, reporter comes in with the camera. It's like, yeah, we're just going to ask some questions, all this and that. And Desiree's like, yo, this is off limits. There's a no-fly zone. We have no comments. She's like, oh, you don't have any comments? Not even about, Laura Pollen, Senator Pollen's, daughter-in-law? Was told that, you guys are responsible for her being taken out. I just wanted to get your side of the story, right? So this reporter, she's going to be around. She is frisky. She is diligent. And yeah, we're going to see, based on the trailer, maybe working with Desiree, but Desiree's going to have to work with her because she knows a lot, because obviously Aaron went to the press like I thought he would. And yeah, they're going to have to answer for Laura being taken out, right? Aaron is not playing. Something has to happen in order to avenge his wife's death, right? So they're like, yeah, we're going to get in there. Meanwhile, Keys is in the prison. The FBI throws this greasy paper bag in there, and obviously that's lunch. And she's like, what is this? I want my steak. So she's screaming, and look at this greasy paper bag. That's all you're going to eat for right now. So we'll get back to Keys a little bit later. Here comes Elder Mother Marva. She's in the kitchen, pissed off. She's like, that bitch Ruth got me kicked out the kitchen. Now I got to deal with these wounded. And look at Zane just looking on, being quiet, observing things and all of this and that. And she's like, I'm going to clean the chalice, She's like, you want help? She's like, no, I just want a last moment with the kitchen, this and that. Zane leaves, and your girl Elder Mother grabs this medicine. Obviously, it's medicine that she puts into the highest's food in order to control him, to keep him calm, or whatever the case is. But we all know that every time he eats the food with that stuff in it, he'll go crazy. He'll do all this and that. So she takes all the medicine out. We'll see how Ruth gets along without me. And she takes all the medicine, puts all of it in her hand, and walks out. Here comes River, and the Emmy and Oscar goes to Ruth Truesdale. You did a great job. You almost had me fooled, right? And Ruth was like, oh, shut up, man. Can you say that even louder so the whole freaking campus can know? He's like, listen, that was amazing. Like, you had me fooled and all this and that. Listen, what do you want? I got to go. And she tries to walk away. He stops her. And it's like, what do you want, River, now? And he's like, listen, man, Daikon is after me. Manny's after me. And she's like, you always seem to get into trouble. Like, what's wrong with you? I don't know if I could take this, man. We could have got away. And he started flipping out, started tripping. She's like, listen, man, I can't solve all your problems. Maybe you can use your son, the Raku, in order to get these guys off my back. And she's like, listen, I can't solve all your problems. You got to figure this out. You got to figure this out, man. Like, do what you need to do, but figure it out. I got to go, man. Like, for real. She's like totally annoyed by River because, again, he is in a place where he doesn't know what to do. She basically runs away from River, and he's like, damn, I don't know what to do because these guys are going to make his life a living hell now. From Peter to Manny to Daikon, he got these guys after him. He sees Peter walk by, and Peter shoves him out of the way. He's like, ow. Peter don't want no parts of no River right now. He is done with River. That's it. It's over. Meanwhile, back in the infirmary. Zen, you hear me, girl? Come on, you got to focus. Get over here. She is pissed off at everybody, right? She's just mad that Ruth just played her again. And she's checking on Joan, But Zane is like, listen, I got to go to the bathroom. She's like, don't take too long, okay? I don't want to have to slap this girl. And she's talking about Alex, right? I don't know. See, she got beef with Alex too. What is wrong with Elder Mother? So she feels on Joan and she's like, give me the bowl. She's like, what's that? That's elderberry. That should bring down the temperature, So, okay. All right, nurse, Elder Mother in action, right? So she's like, I'm going to the bathroom. Come right back, okay? I don't have to slap this girl over here. Like, I just want to know what's the beef between her and Alex. But anyway, we're trying to get Joan back on track, so she's going to use that elderberry. Now, the highest, he is on super edge. Why? Because the highest played himself, right? So he's mad. He's like, man, that Sister Mary, she tried to play me. You could raise the dead, but all these people looked at me like I was a fraud, like I was fake, and they didn't believe in me. And then he's worried about Lilo and the cartel, right? The cartel's coming for Lilo. And then he's worried about the FBI at the front door and worried about Andrew and Agent Brown. Like, all of everything is coming in his head. Like, you get in trouble for a lot of things. But Daikon's like, what you want me to do? He's like, I want to take out Sister Mary. He's like, nah, I want to take out Sister Mary and the people that was looking at me that way. So they come up with a plan. Daikon says, how about I'll send River over so then you can take your little stress out on him. And you're like, yeah, you know what? I want you to take out all the people that are wounded that won't make it. This way we won't have a Sister Mary situation and Sister Angelique situation, because I don't want them asking me to resurrect this dead, and I look like a fool. So he's like, okay, what we're going to do, send River, and then you go take out the wounded who are not going to make it, because we don't want that situation to ever happen again. That is embarrassing. Wow. So here we are with Lacey just sitting there staring. Man, oh man, Zane goes in there and she's like, are you okay? And she's like, we're all gonna die. And she's crying and she's just staring aimlessly into the air. Like, she is out of it, family. Like, it's clear as day. Lacey has lost it with everything that she has gone through, from the punishment trailer to being shot at to being taken by 22, 30 guys or whatever the case. She's been through so much. She is done with everything. I mean, think about it. You being locked up, get away, you come back, locked up, get away, all of that back and forth. She is chanting and singing, and Zane is looking at her like, man, she is gone. Will our girl Lacey make it off the campus, or will something else happen? By the look in her eyes, she looks like she wants to take herself out, all right? So, guys, drop your comments below. Will Lacey make it? Is she going to be really burning herself? We shall see. So here comes Ruth, and Ruth comes around the corner. She sees Zane come out of the trailer, and she's like, why were you in there? Who's in there? She's like, yo, Lacey's in there, man. I think she's lost it. So Ruth goes in to tell Zane, listen, I'm going to make you an apprentice to the headmaster over the kids. And she's like, why? You're the only person I can trust, Zane. I need you to watch out for Callie and all of these kids. I need you to be in there. She's like, you putting me in harm's way again, right? She's like, I just need you to watch over these kids, man, because I don't want anything to happen to Callie. It's just crazy what's going on. And you're the only person that I believe in, the only person I can trust. So Zane's going to have to do that. Here we go with the guards outside. Scumbag Manny's talking to the other guard. And he's like, man, the cartel was out there, right? And Scumbag Manny's like, yo, don't even worry about that, man. You know what I'm saying? Just focus on your job. You'll be all right. Focus on what you got to do. Don't even worry about the cartel. We got this, right? So Manny got all the confidence in the world. Here comes your boy Daikon. He's walking out there. He's like, hey, I need you to help me with something, right? Of course, your boy Manny's like, yo, whatever for the Raku, I'm here, I'm ready, and I'll have myself relieved, is what I'm talking about, right? So again, Scumbag Manny is fully committed to the Raku now, even though, again, he was down with George and Lewis before, Mr. Flip-Flop himself. So River gets woken up. Who does he get woken up by? Yeah, your boy Daikon walks in there. River, yeah, the highest has summoned you. He's like, yeah, he summoned you to the trailer. He's under a lot of stress right now. I cannot wait to hear about how he basically does what he does to take his stress out on you. Meanwhile, Daikon gets a call. He picks it up. Who is calling him? It is your girl, Agent Desiree. And she's like, we need to talk. He hangs up the phone, puts it back in his pocket, right? And I'm like, yo, How is she calling him, right? How does she have his number? What is going on here? That's what's going through my mind. Is it going through yours? She's like, all right, get up. Let's go. The highest wants you, right? And of course, River's just like, man, listen. He knows trouble. He knows that Daikon hates him. And Daikon is just like, yeah, I can't wait till the highest gets to you, man, because he is definitely upset. So he's like, this phone keeps ringing. And River's like, you gonna get that? He's like, get out of here. Just go, man. Skadoodle, skedaddle. Go to the highest, man. He wants you. Get out of here, right? Who's calling him again? Again, it's Desiree calling Daikon's phone. Again, how does he have this number? He's like, I don't talk to the government. Real loud. And who's listening? River, as he's walking away, he hears it. This could be River's great advantage to get back at Daikon. We'll see. So Desiree's like, listen, man, I don't want any more bloodshed. I want to make sure everything is straight. You know, the sirens about. Is everything okay? What's going on in there? You need to let me know because I want to end this in peace. I want this to be peaceful. And she keeps asking him questions, but he's not saying anything, right? Manny is standing right next to him. So she's like, listen, you don't got to talk, but I'll just ask you these questions. So he just listens, and then he hangs up the phone. And she's like, man, she can't get nothing out of Daikon. Again, this is not a good look because Manny, look at Manny's face. He's like, oh, you are connected to the government. So he knew that he was on the phone with the government. We're going to spin the block on that. So now here we go in the infirmary, which looks like it used to be, I guess, the classroom for the kids. Now it's the infirmary, and we see these guys. They are wounded, but they're still alive, right? They got the head wrap on. And she's like, what are you doing here, Anthony? What do you want? He's like, I'm here to lighten the load. He tells Zane and Alex to get out. It's like, skedaddle, get out of here, ladies. Time to go, right? And she's like, what you want, boy? What do you need from us? What do you need from me? He's like, show me the people that are not going to make it. You're so wounded that there's no coming back from it. What about this person over here? Huh? About that person, you know? And they point to these ladies, man, like they're in the bed. Like, what the heck is going on? Well, your boy Daikon was ordered to take them out. Those people who are wounded but are not coming back. He's like, what about this one? She's like, yeah, they're too far gone. They're not coming back. And your boy Daikon blast these people, man. Crazy stuff is on the wall. It's insane, fam. Like, what's going on? Yo, Daikon is taking his own people out, ordered by the highest. He's like, well, this one right here. And she's like, no, no, no. And then she points to the guys that was closer to the door that was laying down, and they're still alive, but they are so wounded, ain't no coming back. So she points them out, and then your boy tells Manny, scumbag Manny, to go over there and take them out. So he points his strap at these guys. What the heck? This is crazy, man. And Pal puts a hole in them. They're done. They're gone. I'm like, this is insane. Elder Mother Marva's looking on like, don't look my way. Don't even point that thing at me. But your boy Daikon is going off and taking out all the wounded that they don't have a chance to come back. Meanwhile, outside, they hear the gunfire, and Alex is like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. And she freaks out, and she runs down the campus, passing by Ruth and the whole nine. She hikes up her robe, as you see, and she is out. Ruth is like, what's going on? What is happening? What is all going on? And she's like, they are taking out the Raku members. They're in there taking them out. She's like, what? What the heck? Yeah, they're taking them out. Daikon and Manny, scumbag Manny, are taking them out. What is going to happen next? We shall see in the next episode of Tyler Perry's Ruthless. Insane.